Hello and welcome to my model railway. I've been interested in models and the real thing most of my life since my father bought my first train set when I was 4 years old, and it really has set out my life. I've had a layout in my loft for nearly all that time except for those few years when the opposite sex marriage and kids came along. And this is my latest railway, and hopefully you will like it. I have put it on Facebook and I've had some lovely comments, and so I thought, well, I shall try my luck on YouTube. It's a nice size. It's nearly 35 foot by 25, and I love all regions. I don't just like one, and therefore I run them uh, all separately, of course, at the right time on the right trains. I don't like things which aren't prototypical. Anyway, thank you for looking. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, there will be more videos later. Thank you. So we'll start at the station. The layout is a 4-track main line, and if you've read the preamble you'll know I have no favourite region. I like them all and I run them all. What happens is I start with Southern eventually becomes Western becomes Midland becomes Eastern, and then we start all over again. But as you can see, with it being a 4-track main line, the station has 2 main island platforms with 2 through roads down the middle, and on each side there are 2 loop lines or holding lines in which I store goods trains, either waiting for a passage of expresses or just simply to bypass the station. And also on this side we have light engines waiting to go on an off shed, which they do so having changed engines here all over the point work and then via the turntable onto the shed. So this is where the engines come off the turntable and they come through the coaling stage and then continue on after coaling. They go along the head shunt there until, can you see at the back as a 4F of the buffers? They then come back through the ash tower and the ash pits where they're serviced, and then back onto the turntable, and then from there they're dispatched onto the shed. And if I turn around, you should be able to see most of the shed there. Now I am a bit of a rivet counter, and the engines don't just go anywhere on shed. They have to be put in their right place. The shed has got 25 roads. If I make it a bit smaller, the shed has got 25 roads in total, including the 2 for the coaling stage and the ash pits. And the Midlands area is on the right here, as you can see, with the Eastern on the left. If I go a bit closer to the locos, you'll see they've got all different ones, and if I come around here you can see we've even got the FEL and the GT3. I had the shed specially made with no roofs so they can literally see inside them, because why hide all the locos? And that's of course how they were at the end of steam, very derelict. Anyway, we've got the Midland on this side, but we don't just jump into Eastern, because Midland goes Midland Scottish, and therefore here we have a Caledonia 044 and a jumbo. And if we go up, see we've got a Coronation which used to run regularly in Scotland, a Clown, a WD 210, and the Midland Scottish then becomes Eastern Scottish. And we have the dedicated Eastern locos, 60530 Sage Aero, and a J38, D11, V2s, another A2 at the back there, J36, J37 and J38, and B1s. And then once we've run those, we go into the Eastern region proper. As we can see, we've got A1s, A2s, A3s, A4s, V2s, B1s, you name it, I've got them. And then the Eastern region becomes Great Eastern. As over the back there, we've got a J69, J17, J21, B17, B12, and so on. All of which, hopefully, if you enjoy the videos, at one point or another, I will show you running. And this is the view from the other side of the tracks of the shed. Now we can see the station and the turntable, and then we've now got a different view of the locos under the coaling stage and the ash pits. If I keep moving along, you'll get a different view of the locos from this side, as you can see. Again, there's the Great Eastern ones nearest to me, and the Eastern, and then the Midland. And if I keep coming back, you should get a full view of the depot, with on the right here the 4 tracks. Once again from this side, now the keen-eyed ones amongst you may well have noticed that, hang on a minute, there are 2 Great Western locos there. Why are they in the Midland and Eastern shed if he's a rivet counter? The reason is that I come from near Crewe, and those of you who know Crewe well from the 60s will know that you used to get Great Western engines coming from Shrewsbury, which were serviced first at Gresty Lane, and then when that closed at the South Shed. And the fact that I used to go to Crewe probably like one Saturday at least every month, that's just something from my memory. So I just put a couple of Great Western locos there on occasions. You will also notice that in the title of the film I put a question, how many engines? I'll answer that at the end of the video. As well as a Midland and Eastern shed, I also have a Western and Southern shed. Again, Southern nearest to me, and Western on the far side. I move down, you'll be able to see the different locos. Obviously, all your Pacifics are in abundance, as I absolutely love them. And we have the coaling stage, the crane, and all the different locos, as you can see. The year of my layout, I'm not sure I've said, but is from 57 to 68. I run everything prototypical. I don't run anything that I wouldn't have run in BR days. I have to say, if I go to model railway shows and I see things like a Deltic pulling teak coaches or a Deltic and a Duchess at the same time, I just walk away. To me, it has to be correct. As I said, a bit of a rivet counter. And then we come on to the diesel depot. I have at least one of every diesel that was in existence from 1957 to 68, including all variants. For example, 4 Enterprise, Western Enterprise, or class 52s for the younger viewers, and all the colours: green, sand, the red and the golden ochre, and 3 class 40s with the different head codes, etc, 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 plus of course Falcon and Lion and 18,000. And this is a fiddle yard. Excuse the mess in the middle. The layout, I would say, is 80–85% complete. It's this top end with the fiddle yard, and as you will see later, which still needs a little bit of attention, but in general it is complete. As you see, you've got all the goods traffic on the left hand side here, and all the passenger stock on the right. And if you're wondering, well, how does he make up the trains? Well, there is a 25-foot head shunt at the back there, going all the way around. So that's how we make up the trains before they come access the main line, as you can see at the top there. Quite a bit of fun shunting, I enjoy it. Then finally we have the EMU and DMU depot. EMU's on the left and DMU's on the right, and also on the left are Southern Region diesels. This is the only area where I like the blue trains, as I remember them from my youth when I used to go down to London on the Southern in the 67, and so I've got a couple of those, as you can see, just because I enjoy them, and that is prototypical. They used to run with the steam engines in 67. And that brings us back round again to the station. The layout is a nice size. The loft space is 35 foot by 25. The layout being just a bit shorter than that in directions, just to give me access to the various corners. But I love it. It actually needs 4 people to control it to do it perfect, but I enjoy it even on my own. And what I will do now, which I hope you've enjoyed this description. No trains running, as I thought that might detract from it. But I should now put some videos up showing you how engines are taken onto shed and serviced. And then after that, hopefully if people like it, I shall show more videos of how I actually run the layout. Thanks ever so much for watching. And with regards to the locos, if you count EMUs and DMUs as 1 loco each, there are 337 locos on the railway, all of which work and all of which I use, and actually keep a note of when and how I use them, on what trains, etc. And it takes me just over a year to use them all. Thanks again for watching. I hope you like what you've seen, and if you do, please hit the relative buttons below. I'm sure you know what to do, and hopefully I'll be doing more videos later. Thank you.